Quercus coccifera. The Kermes oak is an oak in the Quercus section Cerris. It is native to the Mediterranean region and Northern African Maghreb, south to north from Morocco to France and west to east from Portugal to Cyprus and Turkey, crossing Spain, Italy, Libya, Balkans, and Greece, including Crete. The Kermes oak was historically important as the food plant of the Kermes scale insect, from which a red dye called crimson was obtained. The etymology of the specific name, coccifera, is related to the production of red cochineal dye and derived from Latin coccum, which was from Greek kappa 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 omicron sigma. The Kermes insect. The Latin fera means bearer. Description: Quercus coccifera is usually a shrub less 2 meters tall, rarely a small tree, reaching 1 to 6 meters tall. Specimen recorded in Kuf, Libya, and 50 centimeters trunk diameter. It is evergreen, with spiny serrated coriaceous leaves 1.5 to 4 centimeters long and 1 to 3 centimeters broad. The acorns are 2 to 3 centimeters long and 1.5 to 2 centimeters diameter when mature, about 18 months after pollination. They are held in a cup covered in dense, elongated, reflex scales. The Kermes oak, Quercus coccifera, is a scrub oak closely related to the Palestine oak of the eastern Mediterranean, with some botanists including the latter in Kermes oak as a subspecies of variety. The Palestine oak is distinguished from it by its larger size and larger acorns over 2 centimeters diameter. Habitat: it is associated with several asparagus species, Crete.Aegus monogyna, Mediterranean dwarf palm, ephedra, myrtle, several species of junipers, Pistacia terebinthus, mastic, wild Olea europea, sarsaparilla, Rhamnus atlantica, Rhamnus lysioides, Rhamnus oleoides, Rhamnus catharticus, etc. The community is receiving several characteristic names. It is indifferent to chemistry of soils, living on calcareous, pebbly, stony and poor soils. A lover of warm weather, it starts to fail from 1,000 meters above sea level. It is capable of supporting the continental Mediterranean climate with extreme temperatures and low rainfall, replacing Quercus ilex in drier areas where it excels in drought resistance. It also grows on sea cliffs and in windy areas where other species of Quercus epinus cannot resist the harsh weather conditions. Kermes oak species grow in dry, sunny slopes. Quercus coccifera supports either drought summers and semi-desert climate with rainfall between 400 and 600 millimeters, with a maximum in the fall and spring. In its habitat, summers are hot and winters are cold, with the dry summer season with more than 35 degrees Celsius, occasionally reaching over 40 degrees Celsius. In winter the temperatures often drop below 0 degrees Celsius. It lives in areas with moisture produced by condensation fogs, many ground frost on clear nights and sporadic snowfalls. A very hardy species, it grows well in all types of soils as a shrub, withstanding overgrazing. It blooms from March to May in weather still wet. It is easily propagated by seed, an acorn that lies dormant until germinated by wet weather. This might occur anywhere from late summer to late autumn or early winter of the following year. The acorns are very bitter, varying greatly in size and shape from one specimen to another and tasting bad. Acorns can germinate even before falling from the plant, but Quercus coccifera is also multiplied by root suckers and layering. Kermes oaks have become scarce due to the replacement in wet zones by larger species such as holm oak. It has also suffered from extensive culling for use as charcoal. It is the only food and shelter for wildlife in some areas, such as the Ebro Valley and other dry areas where chaparral replaces oaks due to low rainfall. Populations typically occur in desert regions without any inhabited nucleus because crops are not economically profitable and the climate becomes progressively more continental and drier and therefore end in extreme temperatures accompanied by slow-growing dwarf juniper species. It is the last Quercus genus species to disappear when rainfall is lacking. Their ecological importance is as a habitat and food source in these areas for nesting birds, foxes, rodents and wild boars. It forms thickets, thorny and dense, some recorded as tall as 5 meters. It is sometimes accompanied by other plant species of the same size and climber plants such as asparagus Sarsaparilla. Distribution. It is an important Mediterranean bush dwarf vegetation, where the biome it dominates often bears its name. Coccifera form monospecific communities or communities integrated with pinus, Mediterranean buckthorns, myrtis, acaceae, junipers, pistacia, rosmarinus, thymus, etc. It is located throughout the region around the Mediterranean Sea, especially in central, southern and eastern halves, but is almost always missing from elevated and inland areas, with the exception of the semi-arid interior of the Ebro Valley where it is the dominant species. It is similarly found on islands in the Mediterranean, for the Balearic Islands to Cyprus. It is common in Crete and can survive heavy sheep and goat grazing for long periods as a ground cover a few centimeters high. The same is true in Majorca, Ibiza and the Iberian Peninsula. It is called chêne des garrigues in French. The term garrigue comes from Catalan or Occitan garrigue, the name for Q. coccifera in those languages. The common Spanish name of Q. coccifera is chaparro, which refers to its small size, a feature it shares with other oak species in similar habitats in other parts of the world, such as the chaparral communities from various parts of the Americas. The word chaparro comes from the Basque Texapar meaning little thicket. Tree of the Year 2014 in Cyprus. The Cyprus government has declared Quercus coccifera as the Tree of the Year 2014. A 4-page leaflet has been published with the code PIO 212/2013 printed by the Government Printing Office. The name of the tree in Greek is Prinos Apornari. Gallery.